let's get into Mercedes now. I'm not gonna lie. I don't have a lot to say about Mercedes. I know they're probably the quickest car on the weekend, in my opinion, possibly.
Yeah.
Um, I've just written here. Merc turned up, but they just didn't have enough. Um,
Mm.
and it's funny because Russell just had one of the best weekends that I've seen in him ever. If I'm really honest with you, he really looked like hungry. He looked aggressive. He looked really on it. And part of it was because he had the car to do it, and that car,
Yeah.
they just turned up. Now, how they didn't get, I think this is more of a testament to how well Ferrari did, because I don't think Ferrari had the better car, in my honest opinion. I think Mercedes had the better car, the faster car.
Yeah.
Whether
Yeah.
that's
Definitely.
whether that's just race pace or whether that is race pace and qualifying, I don't really know. But they definitely had a better car than Ferrari. Um, and yeah, I don't have much more to say about Mercedes. So the only question I have for you guys is, should they have called off Lewis at the end of the race, and said give Russell space? Because I feel like he was attacking Russell as well. And um, it looked like at times Russell had to look behind him and in front of him, and that also really could shake a lot. Now you think I'm talking. I spoke about it in top three where I said the fact is Russell did crash. All right. My question is, did he crash because he was too focused on Norris, or did he crash because he was focused on Norris, but he also had to worry about being passed by his teammate behind? Do you think it would have made a difference if the team said to Lewis, give him his moment, just bide your time, stay where you are, let him go for it? Because he was pretty close to George himself. So I'll leave that question with you guys. And if you have anything else to add about Mercedes, please feel free. Dirk, you can go first.
For me personally, I don't, and I know this is going to be controversial. I don't think it would have made a difference if Mercedes called off Lewis. Lewis isn't known as a driver to go for insanely risky moves, especially on his teammate. Driving against another team, a little bit of a different story, but Lewis has always had very much mutual respect for his teammate, and Lewis understands that first rule in racing of don't take out your teammate.
Except for Rosberg.
Um, okay,
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
Rosberg is
Sorry,
another
carry on.
kettle of
Sorry.
fish. The Yeah, I almost said something that would demonetize us on YouTube. Not the point. Um, the thing for me is, Lewis, yes, he pulled out of the slipstream and had a look, but he never went for a lunge.
Yeah.
I think honestly, Lewis wanted to be as close as possible for if Russell and Norris got to a certain stage of the battle and there was an open door to try and go for the move. I mean, he tried a double overtake early in the race that almost worked for him
Yeah.
when they were busy passing the Red Bulls and everything.
Yeah.
After the first sequence of pit stops. Um, I don't think it would have made a difference. I think Russell was overly focused on Norris, in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
No slander towards him. He's a brilliant driver, but for me personally, I don't think it would have made a difference. And more on Mercedes, Graham. Your point, I reiterated. Merck showed up,
Yeah.
and they showed up well.
Yeah.
And we saw this weekend what Russell can do when he has a car that works for him and that he's comfortable.
And one with side pods. Oh, sorry. Okay. Carry on, BT.
Yeah, no, both of you guys are right. I mean, yeah, for me, Russell showed up. I mean, I'm sure Lewis Hamilton is looking at him in a different way, just a bit, quite impressed
Yeah.
besides the crash. Mercedes had the race pace, but in terms of qualifying one lap pace, I think Ferrari was on the edge in terms of that. I think Ferrari was faster in one lap situation. That's why I think Sainz got that pole, even though Mercedes was looking quite scary, especially Russell in qualifying. But in terms of race pace, and the guys that done the post qualifying show as well did mention that Mercedes will be faster in the race, and that's exactly what happened. So besides Russell's crash in the last lap, they had a fantastic weekend. They were faster, and it kind of shows that in Las Vegas as well, another street circuit, they will be fast there. So that's another circuit or race that we're quite looking forward to, because we know that the race pace for them, and they might win that race if Red Bull has the problems they had in Singapore. And in terms of Hamilton saved his weekend, as Dirk said earlier on, and that's what true champions do. They save their weekend and they maximize where they can. So in terms of Mercedes weekend strategy, drivers, the car itself, everything was spot on. Everything worked perfectly. Yeah, that's what I have to say.
100%. Okay. So that's